Everyone, I welcome you all to our Python course. In the last class, we have seen the type of operators that we have in Python and how those operators work. For that, we have certain rules which were known as the operator precedence rules in the Python. So as per the rules, we follow the priority of the operators. For example, the exponential operator, it will always be solved first, then any addition or subtraction operator, then again what we will have is all the other assignment operators, which we have seen using two examples in the last class. In today's class, what we will do is a complete new topic, which are some built-in functions and modules. So before I move ahead with these functions, I want to ask you all what these functions and modules are. If you do not know what these are, I am here to help you all. So let's get started. I have already opened one tab stating the differences and the definitions of both of these terms. So you might not be familiar with both of these terms, which are functions and modules. Starting off with the basic introduction, what a function is. Function is nothing but some certain set of code which have been clubbed under one name, right? That complete set is known by one name, and that name or that complete set is known as one function. So those statements, they are supposed to perform one particular function. For example, if you are trying to build a calculator, you can have different functions to add numbers, to subtract numbers, to multiply, to divide, to take log of values. So these are the various functions which you have in one main program, right? So yes, the second term which we have are the modules. I will give you the examples of the functions in a bit, but before that I want to explain the module part. So what a module is, since we now know that function is a set of statements which are used to perform a particular task. So what happens in modules? Module is something bigger. So I have many such functions which have been clubbed together to form one module. So one module, it consists of many number of functions, right? So, and I hope the difference between both of these terms is pretty clear to all of you. Now talking about the functions and the modules, you either have the built-in Python function modules, or you can have the user-defined functions and user-defined modules. In today's class, we will only study the built-in Python functions and built-in Python modules. Let us see what do we have. So in a slide, I have shown various built-in functions. As you can see, the list is pretty long, and also we have other functions also, but I have tried to summarize the main functions. So the first one is an int, float, str, bool, absolute, round, and so on. So I'll show you how to deal with this. Let us see using terminal. For example, int of 1. So whenever I use the inverted commas for any character, for any number, it automatically converts it into a string. So for example, if I try to print the type of this, what it will give me? Now this comes under the category of string, right? But now what I want to do, I want to typecast it. What does typecast means? Changing the type of a particular value. For example, now this is string. Can I convert this string into an integer? Let us see. Okay, what I can do is just put the type function. Now type function is again a predefined function which we have seen in the many videos. Now what we can see is we have typecasted this value. Above, what we saw was that the type of 1 in inverted commas. This is of class string, but if I talk about this class, it is of class int because we have typecasted 1 into string. This is how it goes. And again, can I convert this 1 into float? Yes, I can do this. As you can see that this 1 has now class float. Now this has the type which is float. So how have we done it? Using the functions int and float. So what these functions are, I have not defined these functions on my own, but these are built-in functions in Python. Okay, similarly I have other functions also, round, absolute. Now what does round mean? Again we can see round, these are just used to round off the values up till 2 decimal digit. Okay, so now the final value is 3.32. Similarly you can find out the absolute value. So absolute value of -2, it is 2, right? So this is again the usage of the built-in functions. Later what we can see, these are the other functions also. If you want to calculate the maximum, minimum, length and sum, let me just write and then I'll show you how to work with these. Okay, so these are the various functions which are available in Python. For example, if you want to find out the maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, the maximum value is 4. Similarly, you can calculate the minimum also. Minimum value is 1. And if you want to find the length, how about I do it like this, and then I try to calculate the length of A. This gives me 4 because I have 4 values inside my A list. Again, if you want to take the sum of A, that gives you 10 because it has added all the values inside the A. If you want to again sort and reversed, let me see how reversed works. Reversed of A, list reversed, I think it needs to be done. List, okay, you need to print the list reversed, right? List reversed A, yeah. So if you want to reverse this, as you can see, it is very simple to reverse reverse this list. Try doing the reverse operation in other programming language such as C language or Java language, and you know how lengthy and how tedious it gets for a beginner to reverse a list, right? Then these are very important functions. The last 3 functions which I have, these are print, input and type. So what happens in print? This is something we have seen now quite a lot, many times. This is simple and is used to print the English statements. Print hello world, right? And I'll also show you how to do this in a more complicated way. If you have certain statements, if you want to print variables also inside the print function, we'll do this, but in the next classes, right? So this input function, again a very important function which we will use in the coming lectures. How does input work? For an input to work, this is how we write it. A equals input, enter a value. So it is basically used to take the values from a user, enter a value. So what will happen is it will ask a user to enter a value. This equals 4, right? So if I'll try to print the value of A, this is 4. But one thing needs to be noted is that the value of A has come in the commas, in the inverted commas. So what does this mean? What is the type of A? This is a class string, right? So what it means that whenever an input function is used, it takes the value from the user, but that value is in the form of string, right? But this thing might create a trouble if you want to deal with integers or float values. Then what is the ultimate way? If you want to deal with the integers value but you still want to take the value from the user, in that case what we do is we typecast it. Again, that is something, those functions we have just covered in this class. So let us see how you do it. So for the B, what I'll do it, I'll typecast the value input. I'll use the input function, enter a value, right? And if I enter here, if I enter 5, so now let us try to print the value of B. We have no inverted commas over here, and if I try to again print the value, the type of B, what is the type? That is in class integer. So we have successfully completed taking the values from a user, and you can convert that value into whatever type you want, integer, float, or boolean. Can we do it in the boolean? Do you want to see? Okay, let us see if you can do it in the form of bool also. Bool. So enter a value, I'm entering 0. So what is the type of B? We can simply print B, so it will give me true, right? So any value, this is 0 value, it gives me true. And how about if I give it the value negative of 3 and I try to print B, that's again true. Okay, so this value can be converted into any form, which means, in other words, we can typecast the value in any form that you want, but the input function by default takes the string value. This is something that needs to be taken care of. And the last one is a type, which we have done now, and I hope all of these built-in functions are clear to you now. And yes, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.